All right, y'all, what's going on? Goofy Rexy here. I hope everybody is doing well. And I want to do a little bit of a different video here today. A lot of the times we talk about the top damage dealing, flashy characters, the Dooms, the Kestrels, you know those characters, right? We talk about them so much, but what about the characters that I would consider to be utility characters in Marvel Strike Force? What do I mean by utility? Characters that have multifaceted kits, right? They can do a variety of functions. They're not one-trick ponies. They can do a variety of functions here that will help your team to get that W that you need. So we're going to be talking about the top utility characters here in Marvel Strike Force. I'm curious too, by the way, to see what characters you might think are some of the top utility characters here in Marvel Strike Force. But let's get into this list, man. The first character I want to talk about, one of the top utility characters, I think, is Doc Ock. Doc Ock definitely, by definition, has a multifaceted, several functioning kit, right? Passive ability here, you're going to be able to get that. He's going to be able to apply deflect, apply speed up to himself and then all adjacent allies. Love placing my Doc Ock right in the middle of Doom and Kestrel, speeding them up, giving them the flex, helping them to survive longer. Massive big deal. But one of the reasons why people love Doc Ock the most is this right here. The resistance, 10,000% resistance to offense down. That's always been a big deal. Always been one of the reasons why people love Doc Ock. One of the many reasons why they love Doc Ock, but so many things that you're already getting from this passive. Ultimate ability can flip 2 positive effects to negative effects on all enemies. Come on now. Multifaceted kit, right? Then you're looking at a special can give you that can summon that extra character there that can do a little bit of additional damage. I wish actually with the summon that he was able to summon Vulture, but he's actually going to summon Shocker first. Now Shocker's okay. Shocker can do some piercing damage here. It's fine, right? But ultimately, I would have preferred Vulture because Vulture has that reduction in speed bar with his ultimate ability. So I personally would have liked if Vulture was the first one that he summoned. But either way, you're getting that additional character that's going to be helpful. And then with the basic ability, you have a 2-turn slow. So Doc Ock is giving you a 2-turn slow. He's giving you can flip positive effects. He's giving you a deflect. He's giving you a speed up if you're adjacent. And then on top of that as well, he's giving you a high resistance chance against offense down. So to me personally, Doc Ock definitely shows up on the list as one of the top utility characters in Marvel Strike Force. Now the next character on my list, probably not used as much anymore, but in my opinion, if you're talking about utility, you got to mention him on this list, in my opinion, and it's Ultron, right? Ultron is an amazing character in terms of utility that he can provide. Not the same damage dealing character anymore, not going to be as impactful as maybe like your Dooms, your bigger, higher damage dealers in the game, but what he provides in terms of utility, still incredibly valuable. Got 3 bots that can do 3 different things that help your team, right? One's going to heal you. One is going to give you speed up. The other one's going to give you offense up, right? In my opinion, that is incredibly impactful. One of those bots also can reduce the speed bar of a primary target by 20% or 25%. I'm forgetting what percentage it is. If he's teamed up with any other villain tech ally, Ultron is, whenever he kills an enemy, then you're going to have an opportunity to extend the positive effects on those villain tech allies. He also has an ability to clear positive effect with his basic as well. So there's just so many things that Ultron is doing here that can help out your team. I've used them a little bit, as you can see that I have blue ISOs on them. I've used them in some of these Doom raids. My red stars aren't adequate enough to really be able to get the impact out of Ultron that I would like to be able to get here. But like I said, just because of his bots, because of what he can do, plug and play character largely still in the game right now because of those bots. Very valuable utility character here, in my opinion, in Marvel Strike Force. Another character that's on this list that I want to talk about as well, it's gonna be Shuri. I love Shuri a lot. We talked about her earlier on this week, or sometime recently we talked about Shuri. I think she provides, once again, a lot of really good utility functions for your team, right? Number one, you're getting that turn 1 defense up. You're getting that turn 1 defense up for 2 turns. Not only can she's going to give all of your allies 2-turn defense up, she's also going to generate ability energy for 2 random allies. That could be incredibly impactful if she gives the right ability energy to the right person, right? There are many times where I go into a raid and she does that 2-turn defense up. She does a 2-turn defense up. That she grants the ability energy to my Doom. My Doom is able to pop off on turn 1, right? That's really, really big for me. That's in my opinion, a credible amount of utility. So I really value that in Shuri's kit. Not only that, but because she is a healer, but in terms of other functions that you have in raids, if any enemy drops below 50%, if any ally drops below 50%, he's gonna be able to apply that deflect. She's applying 3 deflects, which is gonna help you to survive, and then give her long enough time for her to be able to come back around here and potentially be able to do this ultimate ability. This ultimate ability can provide some healing there. The one thing about her healing though is that her healing is a little lackluster now, because her health pool is just not that high, right? 223k health. This gets boosted, I think, by 40%, right, in raids. So that does help her out a little bit, but I mean, overall, man, the health pool is a little lackluster, not as great as it used to be. I would like to see if there was any character that ever got a rework. I would love to see if Shuri could get that rework. So just to give her an increased health. I don't necessarily need her kit to change. Just give her that increased health. I think would be impactful. I would love to see that, or even just change that her max health increases, you know, outside of raids too. I would like to see where that becomes a thing. Also, basic ability can also can heal block for 2 turns. I remember doing this one, man, for Iron Fist. Probably a regrettable T4, but I kind of needed it for Dark Dimension 3 at the time. So leave me alone. There was no ghost at the time, so I couldn't really get through it the way the way that most players are probably doing it now in Dark Dimension 3. But yeah, Shuri definitely for me one of the top utility characters in Marvel Strike Force. The next character is part of the best tandem in the game right now, and that is Sersi. Sersi and Icarus together are amazing, but if I'm going to pick a character out of the two, right, I'm going to say that Sersi is probably the more impactful and the better utility character. I think Icarus actually is a little lackluster outside of being with Sersi, but we'll talk about that in another video here. But yeah, I mean, love what Cersei's able to do here. She was so impactful in Pocket Dimension with that on-spawn defense up. That was really big, but you know, other things that she's able to do as well. Clear 3 negative effects from self and all allies. That is a massive deal. She actually does a decent amount of damage, not a lot, but she does a decent amount of damage as well. Obviously, you're going to be able to get that speed bar reduction when Icarus is there. So that kind of you do lose that quite a bit when she's not paired with Icarus. Special ability can stun. More importantly, it calls 2 random allies to attack, and then sometimes those 2 random allies are the biggest damage dealers, and she's also going to be boosting that damage for 50% on this attack as well. So love what she's able to do there. Also, just amazing. In arena, she's also going to be able to barrier not just Icarus, but also barrier other allies as well there. And then the basic ability, you know, she can help to with positive effects as well. So forgive me, my throat's a little dry, but listen, Sersi, love her as a utility character, one of the best utility characters in my opinion right now in Marvel Strike Force. So she definitely makes this list. Next character on my list is Emma. Now everybody likes Emma for this reason, right? With the passive ability, yeah, applying that 10% speed, negative 10%, the speed reduction of 10%. I don't know why that was so hard to say, but everybody loves Emma for that reason. Speed kills in this game, right? That's pretty much essentially what it is. You have better speed, you're gonna be able to do more, right? You're gonna be able to go quicker, you're gonna be able to control that matchup. But everybody kind of forgets about other things that she's able to do in her kit as well. Her ultimate could clear all positive effects from all enemies. So that means that you can get by a taunt, that means that you can get by a defense sub, that her being able to clear all positive effects on an enemy team helps out your team tremendously. So definitely that's an important ability for her to have. She's also going to be able to apply blind to the primary target too, so that you can prevent one of those enemies from doing some cray stuff to your team, right? So that's, to me personally, I like that. And then the mind controlling 2 enemies or allies to then attack to allies with the most damage to attack the primary target. Oh boy, it's so beautiful to watch her ultimate just delete a character, even though she's not a big damage dealer, but just the fact that she's calling big damage dealers to do that, oh my goodness, amazing that she's able to do that, right? And then with her special ability, if you have negative effects on your team, right? So let's say that you have a negative effects on your team, you got some bleeds, you got some defense downs, maybe you have ability block, whatever, right? She's going to be able to clear all negative effects from self and all allies as well. I mean, multifaceted kit, right? And then basic ability, she's gonna be able to clear a positive effect off a primary target too. So multifaceted kit. It's not just the speed. It's the speed, being able to clear positive effects off the enemy team, being able to clear negative effects off your team. She's also applying slow too with her special as well, so giving you even more addition with your speed too, and then clearing that positive effect with that basic. So Emma definitely on this list as one of the top utility characters in Marvel Strike Force for me. Next character on this list, and y'all probably gonna throw some rocks at me for this, but I love Miles, and maybe he's just on this list for personal reason. This one right here might be a little bit more subjective, all right? I like Miles. I like his kit. I like what he does. It's amazing. I've been giving Miles praise for a long time, man, and nobody wanted to listen to me. And now he's getting reworked, and people are like, oh my God, I love Miles. I've been saying it since day one, man. I think he's one of the characters that's always had one of the best kits. One of the best kits in Marvel Strike Force. Special ability, reducing speed bar by 50%. You thought it was just Jubilee and Icarus and all those characters that used to reduce speed bar? No, boo-boo, it was Miles. Miles was one of the first characters that started reducing speed bar. That's special, man. Reducing speed bar by 50%. So impactful, right? To be able to start out and control a matchup. Apply slow, can prolong negative effects by 1. He's gaining stealth. In stealth, he gets a higher chance for evade, so that helps him to stay alive longer. Ultimate, love the ultimate since day one. You hated Miles when you were fighting him, but you could learn to love Miles when you were using him. Ultimate ability can apply disruptor to the primary target for 2 turns, and it can apply to 3 additional targets as well now, and it gains extra focus. Oh, I love his kit. I love Miles's kit. I've always thought it was good. Basic ability can clear 3 positive effects. Yes, if Squirrel Girl or any Web Warrior allies are there, you'll be able to do it more frequently, right? If they're there. But he can also still do it even if they're not around, right? If the target has defense down, he can clear 3 positive effects. And guess what? With his passive ability on turn, he can apply defense down to a random target. Now it's random. It's a random target. I'm saying I don't understand. However, what I'm also saying too is that he can still even do that outside of his team as well. I don't know. I like his kit. I'm gonna put him on here as one of the top utility characters. Y'all can say what y'all want, but I like Miles as a utility character on my list at least. So yeah, definitely for me, one of the better utility characters in the game. Next character on my list is going to be Captain America Sam. I like Sam a lot. I was super excited when he came to the game, man. I thought it was really cool. The Falcon and Winter Soldier series, I liked it. I didn't necessarily like the last episode as much, but it was one of my favorite episodes, one of my favorite ones as well. I think in general, it's all Marvel stuff. I'm probably gonna geek out on it, right? But love Captain America Sam. My only drawback to him as a utility character is that a lot of his utility is primarily geared towards skill characters, and specifically also Secret Avenger characters, right? Like some of that kit is geared towards that. But still, there's a lot of skill characters that you're probably gonna use them with a lot of skill characters in general for your Doom raids. Most likely, if you're gonna be going into things like Dark Dimension, where you're gonna be using other global characters that are also skill, you're probably gonna be using Captain Sam there as well. So it becomes impactful, right? He's applying the flex. Not only the flex, ultimate ability is gonna be able to speed up your characters. Also love that he's able to do that. This ability here, he can also grant, so just like kind of like Shuri with her special, right? He can also apply defense up. He's applying defense up to all allies. He's applying speed up to Avenger and then all skill allies. And then he's also granting ability energy as well. So that's also like another big deal. He's also getting an assist from a non-summon skilled ally. So it's like, there's just so many things that he does within his kit that you don't even speed up. He's giving you speed up. He's giving you ability energy. He's granting assist to other damage dealers. Because he's getting deflect with the special ability, if you have that skirmisher ISO on him, every time he gets attacked and he counters, he's also applying a vulnerable. Basic ability, you can also use that to clear a positive effect. It's, I don't know, once again, a multifaceted kit in my opinion. Captain America Sam, definitely on this list. He's tanky. He resists a lot. He's really kind of a fun character to have on your team. I like Captain Sam. Happy he's in the game. Definitely one of the top utility characters in my opinion. Another character that's on his team that I think is another one of the better utility characters as well is Maria Hill. I mean, Maria Hill is also another character. Once again, kind of more so benefits other skill characters. However, there's a lot of skill characters that you can use in the game. So definitely Maria Hill for me shows up on this list as one of the top utility characters as well. Solid healing ability. Once again, passive. She can heal anybody that has any sort of deflects. She's better obviously in raids. But on her team, I mean, being able to clear negative effects off skill allies is a big deal. Applying deflects to Secret Avenger allies only, but still incredibly helpful. The heals again are impactful. She has a really good solid health pool, so her heals really do carry and go a long way. And I also think she's one of the top utility characters because she's also able to summon shield troopers, and those shield troopers, when they are summoned, wherever they land, right, if you attack anywhere around there, these shield troopers are going to be doing retaliation hits against you, right? So then that becomes impactful. She can apply defense down. The defense down can then help out Kestrel. So I don't know, to me, like I feel like she's a good utility character as well. So that's the reason why I put her on this list. I feel like I couldn't put Captain Sam on this list and then not also put her on this list as a utility character. So that's the reason why Maria Hill is here. And then some other characters. I want to talk about this character too. It's Deathpool. Deathpool, I think, is also another really impactful utility character as well. My daughter's popping in, so if you hear any loud noises, just know. But yeah, Deathpool, I think, is another really solid utility character as well that does a lot, right? So once again, it's one of those things where she does majority of what she does benefits Mystic characters, but it's so impactful that how can you not put her on this list? She's primarily it's also in Rage too, but in Rage she's filling speed bar, she's speeding up Mystic characters. Two of those Mystic characters are Icarus and Sersi. When an enemy dies, she's generated the ability energy for 2 random Mystic allies for herself, and then also for her allies as well. So I mean, she just does a lot of really impactful things. She does an insane amount of damage. She's able to transfer. To me, I think Deathpool definitely pops up as one of the characters to at least mention on this list. Don't want to go too much into her kit right now because obviously this video has gone on long enough here. Another character that's on this list as well is Shang-Chi. You don't realize how much Shang-Chi is doing. You just think that he's just doing his ultimate and that's pretty much basically it. Yeah, his ult does a reduction of speed bar, and that's always important. And yes, he can apply speed up to all heroes for higher allies, but it's other things that he does too. Special ability clears negative effects. Of all of other allies. He's able to also fill his speed bar to then get his abilities to go up a little bit quicker as well. He has a low cooldown on his ult. He has a low cooldown on his special ability. I'll be right with you, mama. He has a low cooldown on his special ability, and there's just a lot of things that he's able to do. Basic ability, he's able to apply slow. He's able to do additional damage if they have negative effects. There's just a lot that Shang-Chi is able to do, so I put him on here as one of the top utility characters as well. There's some other honorable mentions. There's Anti-Venom, there's Kitty Pryde, there's Nick Fury, there's Beast, there's Squirrel Girl, Cable, even Psylocke. Psylocke, when she was on the Uncanny, really good utility character in my opinion, able to clear negative effects off your team, able to clear positive effects off a primary target. She was also able to apply evade to any Uncanny X-Men that got below 50%. So she was kind of doing some things that Kitty Pryde was doing before she came into the game. Multiple Man is a great utility character as well. Yo-Yo's a really good utility character. So in my opinion, there's a lot of really good characters that you can probably throw on here as good utility characters. I know I'm kind of rushing through the list here. It's a long video. I don't want to tarry on too long, but want to see who you guys think are some of the top utility characters in Marvel Strike Force. Leave it in the comments. Who do you think that's on my list that maybe potentially should not be on the list? I want to hear that from you guys as well. Appreciate you guys so very much. And until next time, you want to say hi or bye? Say bye.
Bye.
Y'all be blessed and y'all be safe. Yeah, that's me. That's Thor. He's not as attractive as me though. Yeah. I got you.